Welcome back everybody. As you can see, I'm struggling to fill up my tank in the back of my car. This is a 55-liter tank that are tied down here. It's gonna sit in front of the drawer system that I'm planning. It's super convenient, it's super simple. The only problem is I'm struggling to find levels. So I think in today's episode we're going to install a level that'll help me to see the levels when I'm filling the tank. So it's a simple system. There's a little pipe, there's an outlet on here with a piece of hose pipe that I used, and I've got a little piece of stopcock on here. So conveniently this goes to the back of the car, and when you need some water you just drain it from here. So I think let's get into the build and do a nice cheap water level system that I can see the levels in this. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna take out this tank and empty it out with all the water, and then I'm gonna see what we're gonna make to show me water levels on this. Cheap and simple. I'm not gonna have any electronics on it. It just needs to show me the level of the water. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting a little clear pipe, putting a piece of clear pipe on the side of the tank, and that'll just show me the level of the water. Quick and simple, super cheap, so you can even do it at home. It's a nice project to do with you and your son. Get those couch potatoes off the couches, out of the TV room, into the garage, do a bit of DIY. So let's get into it. Let's get this tank out. And then empty out this content. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I've got what I need here. I'm gonna take this, it's a little piece of clear plastic pipe. It's a bit double the length of this. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna install it right here on the side, like this. And then what I did was, one of the kids' toys, I broke open the toys. As you can see there's a little smiley face, took the head, and then one of these little plastic thingies that you get on these spray cans and stuff with the little pipes, just to keep it afloat. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put it in this pipe like that, so it's going to stay afloat on the water, and in that way it's going to show me the level, but also I'm keeping it on the stem so that this doesn't land up in the water tank. So I just glued it to that little face or little doll head. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I think that's going to work neat. Put it here on the side. What we going to do is just drill a hole low down and on the highest point here. And what I went to buy was one of these 90-degree bends plastic fittings. So I've got two of them. They are very cheap. So this pipe that I used is a 12mm pipe, and these are 13mm 90-degree bends, plastic bends. This you can get at any hardware shop. This is quite accessible at any hardware shop. It's very cheap. This was, I think, 5 Rand or something for one of these, and I think I paid 23 Rand per meter for this plastic tube. And then I just got a few clamps, so I'm just going to clamp it down. I'm going to make two holes in this, right about somewhere. Yeah, it's not so important to measure out exactly where you're going to drill the hole. It just needs to be on the lowest and highest point of the tank. what I've done is I measured out my fitting. So when I measure the fitting on the thinnest point, that's about, if you can see, that's where it's going to sit in the plastic tank. So when I measure it there, it measures 12.5 millimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm using my drill with, this is called a step drill. So you'll see it's got steps in different sizes. So I'm going to drill it into a 12 millimeter, making sure it's half a mil smaller, because you want this to go in tight there. You don't want water leaks on this. And what I also do is on my step drill, I make sure I mark on the 12 millimeter line, I draw a line. So as you can see there, otherwise what happens is with these step drills, you just carry on drilling and it drills so easy into this plastic. It just carries on, makes the hole too big. So also a reason why I'm using this is with a normal drill, when you go to big sizes, you're gonna end up drilling a hole in a triangle shape, whereas a step drill always drills a perfectly round hole. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna measure somewhere here. Now let's just put it in the middle here. So I'm just going to make a hole, making sure all the plastics come out, that you don't drop plastics into the tank. Won't do anything, but it's not nice when you have one of these plastics in your mouth. So that's about it. This drills are pretty, so I'm just going to drill in line with that hole at the uppermost part of this tank. Right about there, drill another 12 millimeter. So this plastic is quite thick. This plastic measures at about this plastic is about, I would reckon, 8 to 10 millimeters thick. So this is quite a proper tank. These tanks are also fairly cheap if you buy it. This is very old, but I got this from Pioneer Plastics. So I reckon you can Google their website, should be on there, if you want one of these tanks. Got it on Pioneer Plastics. Let's just include a link in the description. Check out the description, we'll include a link to where you can find one of these tanks. Okay, so we are this far now. What I've done is these 90 degrees, I made it a bit short. I cut the one end off to make it a bit shorter. So this long piece will go into the tank like that, and this part will stick out. It just makes it easier for me to see the lower levels, so this doesn't come up too high. I just shorten it off. So I put the one side in now, goes in very tight. The other side is going to go in, and just before I push it down to the bottom, I'm going to put some hot glue on it. Yes, this does melt when it gets heat, but this is a water tank, so this is going to be permanently with water and cool. So I'm going to put a bit of glue gun glue there, and then finally just knock it in and push it down. So while the glue is hot, I'm going to force it down to just seal it off properly. And also this tank is never going to be it's never going to be a pressurized tank. So this is going to be a low pressure tank. So I don't see any problem with that. When this glue sets, this is permanent. It's never going to leak in its life. So I'm going to do the same with this now. This slips in. Just get it past the point where it goes in, starting to go down. That's it. Now just give it a bit of glue. Make it seal properly. Not too much glue, but enough to seal it. And that's it. I'm just going to knock it down finally so it sits flush with that glue. And there you have it. So what I'll do now is I'm going to install my little pipe, and it should be fixed. Okay, so we're at this stage now. What I did now was I waited for this glue to set a while. This is about 10 minutes that I waited for this to get hard. And then I measured these tubes. I took the tube and I measured it to the length of this. What I'm going to do now is just push them over, put their brackets on, and Bob's your uncle. I think that'll do for now. My auto level, what I'm going to do, this little thingy that I made, I'm going to shove it into the pipe. So this is just going to line the pipe like that and just floats with the water. So putting this on, put my clamps, remember the clamps. There's my tank. It's in the back installed, and there's my little water meter. So now I can see. And what I've also done is, as you can see, this hose pipe coming out, and I put my little stopcock on here. This can open and close, and what I've done is I put a quick coupler on this. So what I can do now is plug my hose pipe in, close it off, open the tap, and then regulate the water flow from the outside of the car, so I don't have to go into the filling cap there. I might just open that filling cap. I think I need to install a air release valve. Okay, so my pipe is plugged in. I'm ready to go. There's water there. This is closed, so the water can't go to the tank now. So there you can see my water level. What I've done is I removed the cap for some ventilation, and let's open this and see how it goes. So I'm going to open it here. This opens the water flow from the outside tap into the tank. So let's see if this will actually level out. Super cool, super easy. This is a hack you can do with your kids. You don't need much tools. You need a drill and a screwdriver and some clamps and a little piece of transparent pipe, and there you go, filling the tank. How awesome is that? So there you have it. Another easy DIY install on our leisure vehicle. I'm happy with it. It's working. So if you want to see more of this and all these little tips and tricks that we give you, hit that like, subscribe, and consider sharing these videos, because it's for free. We don't charge anything for it, so why not? Guys, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video, where I'm going to tackle the snorkel on this car. That's quite a big job, but we have to do it and we have to show you. So quite nerve-wracking drilling into a car, but yeah, let's see how it goes. See you in the next video. Cheers.
If you like what you see on this channel, please consider subscribing. You can do that by clicking on this button. And if you want to watch more content like this, you can click on this button. Thank you for watching.